Right now, Hollywood reeling in the wake of those devastating fires as more productions are forced out of the state or put on hold.
Our next guest has spent decades in the industry and Warrens, California is on the verge of losing it all for good. Producer and production manager Michael Miller joins us now. Michael, thank you for joining us. So what's the big threat to California right now?
Good morning, guys. The biggest threat right now, there's a phrase that we've coined called runaway production, actually runaway post-production as well, which is so many shows and movies have been enticed to go work in other states because states are offering huge tax incentives to bring that business to them. So over the last few years, California has lost about $10 billion and almost 40,000 jobs in production to states like Georgia, New Mexico, and Louisiana. Combine that with the fires that we're dealing with right now, people have been looking for work and they don't have a choice. They have nowhere to go, they have no homes, and now the jobs are leaving. Makes it very tough for people to stay and keep the industry working in California right now. So there's this petition going around, as you mentioned. 6,000 people is not that much yet. It just started. There are a lot of big names coming onto it, but there's a real push to get California to match these other incentives and to keep the jobs here. People are really, really struggling.
So, Michael, for those who don't know who you are, I mean, you are a big-time producer. Your job is basically if somebody has a movie or a TV show, they come to you and they go, how much does it cost if I do it in LA, if I do it in Georgia, if I do it in Las Vegas, if I do it in Ireland, in Australia, which is where a lot of these are going. So it's not just that we're in danger of losing Hollywood as we know it, but also that it's not just going to move to Georgia. It could move to Ireland or somewhere else. So these states are offering incentives, tax incentives. Why doesn't California and why doesn't Hollywood itself do more to encourage your government in California to make a more business-friendly environment?
That is an excellent question. And California does have incentives, but they were never the nearly what they are in other states and to go overseas for sure. Right now, there's a bill waiting, the governor is reviewing, but of course it has the over-regulation and a lot of rules that are standard for California, right? They love to over-regulate everything. At this time when we're expediting permits and waivers to rebuild homes and this is the time when the legislature needs to get together and match what those other incentives are. And to make it a fair playing field for us, because right now it's really not fair at all.
Well, that's what's interesting about it, because you know what? Californians, they got to take this into their own hands. They elect these people that raise these taxes and make life so expensive and put all these rules and regulations into it. And so, you know, it's kind of hard to say, hey, well, the rest of America should supplement this.
I agree with you completely. And, you know, the president and his administration are very focused on common sense. I would hope that the California state legislature can have that same kind of common sense and really do what's right here and what's needed to keep the jobs in California.
Yeah, nobody wants to see people suffer along the way. And I think entertainment as a whole, the United States does it better than the entire rest of the world. It is a competitive advantage for the United States, and we need to keep that in all segments of entertainment. Michael Miller, really do appreciate joining us on Fox and Friends.
Great to see you.
Thank you for your time this morning.
You guys, Donald Trump has appointed Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and John Voight to be ambassadors of Hollywood. This is one of the topics, among others, but at the top of the list is making, keeping Hollywood in California and not letting it, be offshored or sent to other states. So you're right. California has to take it under, has to take responsibility, but maybe with some leadership from Donald Trump, we might see some action.
AI is also going to play a role in this.
I know. I think the industry is under attack from a lot of, it's a great point.
And let's also be clear, every cost of living cost that is, piled on California residents with government regulations makes it more difficult for.
It does.
For
I know a lot of people watching, and I'll end on this. A lot of people watching go, "Well, it's LA. It's they don't vote for conservatives." Hollywood is America, and you're right. We export culture, and we export Hollywood, and it's America. And so hopefully the America First president will save Hollywood.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.